what were you averaging in commissions every single month?
Was averaging $8,000 a month in commissions on a high ticket health and fitness coaching offer.
And now that we're wrapped up working together, what are you averaging right now?
Averaging 20K in commissions, and life is good.
It's our duty and obligation to get filthy freaking rich. Because if we are getting filthy rich, that means we're enrolling an ungodly amount of people into amazing programs that we genuinely believe in, which means the more money we make is a direct reflection of the size of the impact that we're having in the marketplace. Today is a very, very special day. I get to spend some time with Jared. How are you, brother?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you.
Amazing. Good to hear. So, if we just dive in quickly, just straight to the numbers, which I think most people care most about, before you jumped into closesales.com, what were you averaging as a closer on a high ticket offer? What were you averaging in commissions every single month?
Was averaging $8,000 a month in commissions on a high ticket health and fitness coaching offer.
And now that we're wrapped up working together, what are you averaging right now?
Averaging 20K in commissions, and life is good.
Yeah. What were some of the changes that we made to be able to make such a drastic jump?
I made all my money back the hour after we talked on the phone. Do you know this?
Yeah, I do. I remember you said it. You told me.
Uh, Essentially, we had two offers that we were splitting up, and so it just helped us make a decisive change into only offering our best product to our clientele. And so is immediately getting off the phone was just in this mode of I sell the best thing possible to my clients, and it came through with more conviction than anything else. And so that started just kind of snowball into I'm the best, we work with the best, and just trying to simplify like these are the qualities that the best clients are coming to us with. And so in order to match them and give them like the results that they were looking for, like we also had to step up. And it just came with like a level of confidence in the process.
Yeah. Intangibly, because I know we did a lot of like call reviews and just broke things down top to bottom multiple times. What were some more of those tangible changes that we made just to like the sales process, to your confidence, the way that you were showing up?
Yeah, I'm laughing because I was showing up to the calls wanting everyone to be my friend and building this like fun, loving relationship. And really, like, I needed to come in there in a much more neutral tone. And so we just shortened up what I needed to say, what I needed to ask. And I just got more specific with what I was going in there for, not just happy go lucky, let's be friends forever and hopefully close deals. It was, do you need help? Can I help you? Let's make this deal.
Yeah. Why did you get into high ticket closing to begin with? Like what were you trying to make every single month when you transitioned into this industry?
I wanted to only work from home and be around my family.
Mm.
And this was a path that I knew that if this was a performance based, this was skill based. And if I just leveled up my skills, I knew that I would do well enough so that I could provide college education for my kids, that I could provide home renovations for them, and I could do it from really the comfort of my own home. That's why I got into this position. From a more personal standpoint, I was also paired with, and I am paired with Dr. Matt Shiver, who just had a phenomenal program and has a genius with marketing and systems. And so I felt good about the product that I was selling as well. And so I knew I just needed to get this into more hands of people. And that's where I felt that I could perform the best is being that catalyst for change in these people's lives.
Yeah. And what was the kind of the dream when you were introduced to this industry of like what you could make? Because I know a lot of people on the internet throw out these like crazy numbers and the harsh reality for 99.9% of closers, it just doesn't happen. So what was kind of the dream that you were sold on with this whole industry in terms of income?
For years, I was like, oh, if I can make $200,000 a year, like my life would be set. If I could do this. And that was on my goal board for years. And I just didn't have the skills required to do that, just kind of winging it through the process. And it was past 3 months, 4 months after working with you that became a consistent number for us. But we are just hitting 20K months, 20K months, 20K months. And yeah, it just came to fruition much faster when I actually had a process and it wasn't just a goal.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. It might be a curveball. Why would you say most closers are stuck between 4, 7, maybe if they're lucky, 10 or 12K a month in commissions? Why do you think most closers are stuck there when the income is unlimited, right? There's no ceiling, there's no cap. They can make 20, they can make 60. Why do you think the overwhelming majority of the industry is stuck below 10?
I think they're afraid of consistency. They don't believe in the process that they have. And so they don't follow the process to the T. And if they just knew that if they were to follow a framework that felt good to them, followed a framework that qualified the right people, that they could absolutely crush it in this industry. But I think they're afraid of not having the right words or not having the right process to do things. And so they never step on the gas 100%.
Yeah. And I would say every closer has some type of script framework. They have something. So are you saying that you think that the thing that they don't have the ultimate confidence in to actually work, and that's why they don't follow it to the T?
Similar to you, I've taken 2,000 sales calls over the last couple of years. I've seen the scripts that people are using. And typically the first question I ask is, are you comfortable saying these things, asking these questions? And the answer is always no. Most of the stuff that's out there it doesn't feel authentic because of who they are. And then they get to the end of the call and all of a sudden it's just like bashing these people. Just they never feel in alignment with it. And so when you create something that you feel confident with, something that's more conversational, something that's doing the heavy work at the beginning, so the end of the call, people are just pulling out their credit cards and giving you their money. Like that's what we all want, but we're not positioning ourselves to actually do that because we're waiting to the end of the call to face all our fears, as opposed to, and I hate to use the word attacking, but uncovering the fears, uncovering the objections before the pressure's in the room.
Yeah. What was the reality for you when you were stuck around that 8K a month in commissions mark? Because I know that wasn't enough to, you have multiple kids, not one, you have
Yeah.
multiple.
Yeah.
You have a significant other, you have your house. Like, what was the reality of your situation back when you were stuck at 8K?
8K wasn't enough because it was 6K, 8K, I could pay the bills, but that was it. Stress every single day. I wound up getting a second job managing nightclubs. So I was taking sales calls till 6 p.m., eating dinner, and then working until 4 o'clock in the morning, getting 4 hours of sleep, and then getting back on sales calls. And I did what I had to do in order to make this. But, to be honest, I would just sit there, music blasting, and thinking, if I closed one deal tonight, this would pay for the entire weekend that I had. And I thought that over and over and over again and realized like, if I'm showing up with 4 hours of sleep each day, like, and then I'm stressing about money all like the whole time, that this isn't going to work out.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were kind of at an inflection point where it's like, we either exit the industry and go find something that will pay us more money for less headache, or the better path, the more logical path is, or we just develop the skill set to become more effective on the calls that we're already taking so we can close more sales, collect more cash, and then put more commissions in our pocket.
I think there's a saying that's you could you can't ride two horses. And I took this second job thinking, all right, one of these is going to pay off. One of these is going to give me the life that I've wanted to. And uh, they started to do better, but it just was running out of space, running out of time. And one clearly had a higher upside than being in this like corporate space, one tick at a time, you know, kissing asses and, playing the game as opposed to just putting it on my back, which is that's where I want this. And yeah,
I think putting it on
grabbing
your
that.
back can't be understated enough because when you are a closer, like I think people forget, I was a closer, right? I started in June of 2020 and started closing on my very first offer. Now, before that, I had built a coaching program and done some stuff and was kind of closing my own deals. But as a commission only high ticket closer, my first day was June of 2020. So that was over five, like almost 5 years ago now. And it was all on me. And it's like really exciting in the beginning. But then I think reality slaps people in the face pretty quick, where it's like, hey, it's all on you. So you get the big upside. But at the same time, it's all on you. So if you don't perform, there's no handouts, there's no salary, there's no base, there's no guarantee. So it comes down to your performance in the box on the sales call to be able to close as many of the right prospects, of course, as possible and extract as much cash down as possible so we can put as much commissions in our pocket as possible. That's
Yeah.
all that matters as a closer. Close more sales, make more money. Close more sales, make more money, which comes with a lot of upside, but also comes with all the downside if you have a bad month or you just simply don't have the proper training and skill set necessary to actually crush it on the phones and make money.
Yeah. I've always played that way. Any point in my life, I want that pressure too. Bad days, they come and they go. Who cares? It's sack up, move on to the next thing. Like there will be more people. There are more deals to be made there. But inevitably, like I don't want someone else telling me how much I can make, or setting my hours. Like I really wanted to be my own boss within a structure. And that's what this has allowed me to do.
If we had to give the people one golden nugget who are watching this that they could tangibly and predictably implement into their sales process today as a high ticket closer so they can effectively close more deals and make more money, give them one of the golden nuggets. I know you have a lot, but give them one.
I want to give two.
Drop two. They won't hate you for it.
Brevity is the thing that keeps coming up. Say what you mean what you say, and shut up. And
Okay.
the next one, they go hand in hand, but stop coaching on these calls. Like people want to hear themselves talk. They don't want to listen to you tell stories, chat about this and that, the other. Like, do your job. Collect the information, relate when necessary, bridge the gap, and make the deal.
I love how matter of fact you are about those two things. When we first met, you weren't doing either of those. You were so long-winded because, dude, you can talk, right? You're a charismatic guy. You can get along with anyone. Zero brevity. And brevity is being very direct, short, and concise in writing your speech. On a sales call, obviously, we're speaking. So it's being direct, being straightforward, saying what we need to say in as few words as possible. And we can unpack that if we want of why that's important. And then also the stories and the coaching. You've been with Matt for a long time, so you're really smart and you know the offer inside and out. You know how great it is, and you constantly were jumping in discovery to coach and relate and share testimonials. And oh, I totally hear you. All of our clients struggle with that, and then people loved you. It was the same issue I had when I was new to sales. People loved me, like, oh, Austin's great, but people loving me didn't pay the bills because they weren't buying. And you were in the exact same boat that I was all those years ago when I started. And then when I was able to kind of sink my teeth into it and teach you these better processes and ways, and then back up the teaching with the psychology behind it, that's when I think everything clicked for you. And then revenue just started growing and scaling, growing and scaling. And then Matt like hits me up like after working with you for a couple months. He's like, dude, I don't know what the hell is going on, but revenue is through the roof. We're hitting breaking month after record breaking month. And obviously, the more money he's making, the more money he's happily. He told me, I have a testimonial with Matt. He told me he's thrilled paying you over $20,000 a month. He's like, dude, writing Jared a commission check for over 20K, nothing makes me happier. And that's the reality of the situation we're in as closers. Our business owners want to pay us as much money as humanly possible because the more money we make, the more money they make. When my best month ever as a closer, I made $56,680 in commissions. The companies were happy to stroke me a $56,000 check because that meant that they were making close to 600K from my deals that I closed alone in cash, not revenue, obviously.
This is the easiest part of the entire thing. Marketing, getting people to the call, there's work to be done there. I just have to make a great match. And so like I just see it as like an opportunity like to come in, stamp an exclamation point on this process and then get them the support that they need. That long process of changing the trajectory of their life forever, like it starts with one step, and I want to be that person.
Let's talk about that because you just got back from a live event and every single person in the room at your company's event was enrolled by you and you only, every single one of them. So
Yeah.
how cool was it? Because I know closers were always very money focused, right? We want to buy cool stuff, want to provide for our family, whatever. Money's great. Don't get me wrong. I love making money. But how good did it feel to see the residual impact of enrolling aligned prospects into this program and then having them sit in that room for a couple days out in Texas telling you, thank you, Jared, you changed my life. Thank you for holding me accountable. Thank you for helping me get out of my own way. Like, I think that was the first time you got to experience that on that scale in person. I'd love for you to talk about that.
Yeah. Has anyone cried on these calls?
No, I don't think so, but we can make it the
we,
first.
we might get there. But yeah, sitting at the dinner table and everyone's just like, oh yeah, I got on the phone, Joe. I got on the phone, and really recognizing that I think it was 15 people, might have been closer to 18 people, all started this process with a call from me. And I saw the greatness in each one of them and helping them get the structure that they needed. Like, that's what we're here for. On a smaller scale within fitness, it was like helping someone, get lower on the air squat or lose a couple pounds. It lost its lust for me when I started working with owners of businesses that were going to later on impact hundreds, if not thousands of people. That brought purpose to my job. And so getting to recognize like all these people that are doing, 10, 15, 20, 30, 50K months in their business, like I don't take that as like because of me, but I was definitely a part in that process. And every single one of them is like, I just know every time Jared's going to call, like I'm going to level up, and I'll take that reputation.
It's incredible. And that's the responsibility that we hold as closers. It's our duty and obligation to get filthy freaking rich. Because if we are getting filthy rich, that means we're enrolling an ungodly amount of people into amazing programs that we genuinely believe in. Because if you're a closer and you don't believe in what you're selling, your closer is going to be terrible anyway, because you don't believe in it. You have no confidence. So you should only be on an offer that you're 100% confident is amazing, which means the more money we make is a direct reflection of the size of the impact that we're having in the marketplace. And as you've started to make more and more money, like if you go from 8K to 20K in commissions, your impact has now more than doubled of people you're helping get into a program that you know is going to change their life. That's really special. And that's what hooked me in as a closer. I'm like, dude, I get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to help people make the decision to join a program that I know is going to help them, that they're only going to thank me for later. So I'm just getting paid an ungodly amount of money working from home in my pajamas, helping people.
One of the one of the main reasons why I was so attracted to your energy through this is because I come from more of this very loving space. We've talked about it a few times about this like friendly vibe, but no one was able to like just cut it off and come with this very masculine, assertive energy, but then also have the words to back it up and soften the blow. And so I think that that's what I need to pull myself to this like center point where I get to still be like fun loving Jared. But when it comes to business, it's another day at the office. It's here it is. This is what we're doing, and that's going to allow me to make an impact on more people. And, the closest people to that are my family.
I mean, you owe it to your family to be damn good at sales and close deals and make money morally and ethically with some finesse. It's just a win-win for every single person involved. It increases our ROAS, it increases the revenue of the business, it increases your commissions, it increases the likelihood that this person is now in a better place with your company than without you, and they can actually get what they really want. Like, just there's zero downside for being good at sales morally and ethically and closing the right people into the right programs. Like, it's just a win-win for every single person involved. And that's also why I fell in love with the industry. I was like, dude, how did I not hear about this sooner? Like, this makes so much sense. Everybody wins. There's literally zero downside for anybody, unless you're enrolling people into a shit program. But obviously, you should never be working for a shit company, right? And if you are, I have good companies I can partner you up with and put you in touch with. But what would you tell someone who's maybe a closer, right? They've been sold on this industry, which I think, in my opinion, they're in a vehicle, which is the right vehicle, high ticket sales remotely, but they're stuck at 4, 5, maybe $10,000 a month in commissions. They're thinking about getting some help, and they really are serious about working hard and going to 20, 30K a month in commissions. Like, what would you tell that person?
Hire Austin. I don't know how many times I've said that. Like, and I know this interview with you but I've worked with so many other sales professionals. This is the one that made the most sense for me. And also being a person that's like doing what they say they're going to do and has the answers to help move you forward. No one leaves a call like with you without the answers to their questions, right? It's so matter of fact. So I feel like you have such a breadth of knowledge and you can distill it down to this is exactly what you should do from here. And people have marching orders to go out there. So someone that wants to do this, have an aligned sales process with who you are, because that matters. There's a lot of shitty programs out there, but something that will work with you and updates your language, which you do so well in like the one-on-one, that is, and even in the group. But I think that's the difference maker for someone that wants to go from $5,000 a month to 10 to 20 is have someone that's going to hold you to that razor's edge. Someone's giving you fluffy 2-word answers or like, giving you options there, you're going to stay stuck because no one's telling you the direction you're supposed to go.
It's interesting that you said you worked with other like salespeople, sales professionals, had other mentors and coaches in the space, yet your income is stuck at 8 grand a month. And look, it can sound bad. I was talking like, oh, you're stuck at 8 grand a month. A lot of people would kill to be at 8 grand a month. But I know damn well if you're watching this and you're a coach or a closer, you didn't sign up to get stuck at 8 grand a month, right? We all got into this industry so we can make minimum 20K months. Like that's what we want to do. You had said your pinnacle was like 200 grand a year. So like, what is that, 18, 19 grand a month, whatever.
Yep.
It's like we got into this industry to make $20,000+ months. But the reality is most people don't. And you were kind of on that track. You had been doing this for a very long time. It's not like you were a new closer 3 days in. So if Jared can be in a good company with a lot of lead flow, with a decently high price program, and get stuck at 8 grand a month, like think about the closers that are newer to the industry or on their first offer, don't have that much lead flow. They're going to get stuck at 3 grand, 4 grand, 6 grand a month. But you have to focus on what's in your control, which is leveling up your skill set. And the further you level up your skill set, it becomes transferable to where other companies will be banging on your door, begging you to come close for them. If Matt shut down his program tomorrow, you wouldn't miss a beat because I could just plug you in with another one of my coaching clients, one of my coaches, and plug you in with another kick-ass offer, and your commissions would remain the same, and then just keep growing month over month over month. It's a transferable skill set into any industry, into any offer. And now you can bank on your skill set to make a minimum of $20,000 a month every month to provide for you and your family forever. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Well, dude, thank you for jumping on. It's always great. I know we spent some one-on-one time together. It's always great to have you in the group and in Slack. And dude, you're a killer. And I'm just fired up for your results and exciting to know that out of the nightclub, you can keep developing the skill to get better there. And then also building out the systems, raising prices. There's just so many areas of expertise that you can support Matt and any other business on. It's been awesome to watch and be a part of that journey, man. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. I'm going to try to receive all of it. I know there's so much more that I can do though, and I'm looking forward to seeing what those next levels look like.
I mean, when I did 56 grand in commissions, I was like, sweet, there's more I can do.
I know if this,
Yeah.
like
That's the
sports.
ambitious nature of closers, man. That we're killers. We want to compete. We want to be hungry. Like that's just in our blood and our DNA. And if you're watching this and you're like, I'd probably be happy at like 10 grand a month, it's like might be in the wrong industry. Like closers want to make as much money as possible, and that's what pushes them to invest in themselves, pushes them to review their own calls, pushes them to employ brevity and all these different things, pushes them to be the best.